Good morning. Well, this is going to be a different one because today's mission is not only to clean this park, which is locally known as the Bunny Park. I'm between junctions 3 and 4 of the M4. You've got the fire station just over there. So I'm going to do this park for the very first time. But the real mission today is to get the video out today. So it is Sunday the 6th of October 2024. I'm just going to show you my phone. These are today's fixtures, and this is yesterday's fixtures. Oh, and it's not playing them. There it is. There's yesterday's fixtures. Fulham lost 3-2 to Man City. So that's just to give you the fact that it is today. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I've just parked the car not far away and done these 2 bags on the way here from up this area, which was carnage. So yeah, I've done these 2 bags. I've got one prepped to go, so I'm gonna have a stroll around this park and we'll do the usual chit chat, film review, and watch the film last night, which I'm going to review actually. So I better crack on with it because I've only got today to get this out. I'm hoping to have it ready and loaded up by 2 o'clock this afternoon, if not earlier. So that's my challenge as well as the litter pick today. So welcome along. Thank you for joining me, and let's see what we get. We'll do a bit of litter picking en route as well. Right, this sign that tells you the name of the road, Shepperton Lane. So it was a real significant point for me years and years and years and years ago when I was running. It's been replaced. This is a newer one. The older one has been replaced. I'll just move forward out the road a bit. So this was exactly 1.5 miles from where I used to work, and it's completely flat. So I used to work over this way. I used to do a 6-mile run, which I'd go along the canal, come out at West Drayton, run down, and then from where I used to work to this point, I would absolutely hammer it. And by hammer it, I mean hammer it. One day I ran so hard that I had to just go and lay down there for 10 minutes. I was being sick and everything. So yeah, this has a significance to me. So I was trying to rack my brains on what the best I'd done. I can't remember if I ran it in 7:07 or 7:11. I just can't remember. Remember I ran it with my friend Bernie one day, and we ran really fast, and I was like, that was easy. And then not long after that, I'd done it, and I ran, as I said, it was one of those times, 7:07 or 7:11 for this 1.5 miles. I said I had to go and lay down over there for a bit and feel sorry for myself. Anyway, that's like a whole lifetime ago, that is. That's like a different person ago. Never mind. In a few weeks' time, I'm going to clean this road down the other end, down towards the junction 4 end and the Stockley bypass end. As of today, I've got about 10 videos queuing up, ready to be released on YouTube. So I won't spoil them too much. Right, let's get off this road. Nope, let's go and get this. Oh, it smells of fish here. Filleting fish, filleting fish. Give me fish to fillet. Oh, it really does smell of fish. I just had a text. I'm gonna have to read it while I'm at it. This is the problem with doing a video. I'm wanting to put it out. I recently said on my... Hang on a minute. Let me just read this text and then I'll come back to you. Time. Time waits for nobody. I'm just reading a text. Or a WhatsApp, whatever it's called. Oh, it's Dull. That's my mate Dull. I've known him 52 years. He's coming to my house tomorrow to help me with a bit of work. So let's really cut back to the chase. So Good old Dole. 52 years, a long time to know someone. He's a bit older than me, Dole. And Dole is his nickname. His name's Steve, but I've never really called him that. I only call him Dole. Dole! Anyway, so it's funny what happens when you're little boys and things just never really change. You just become big boys. Boys with their toys, as they say. Right, so he's coming tomorrow because the bushes at the front of the house need chopping down a bit and I need a bit of help with them. And on top of that, I've got a couple of doors to repair. And Pazza, well, Pazza's now, he's living in Cornwall at the moment. He's doing a job down there long term, so one of the doors in the bedroom is hanging off. So anyway, good lad Dole. He's coming over to help me. He'll be well rewarded. Dole was the one who actually brought the apple turnovers over. Now I had already started eating a few now and again, but the day I made that last train to London video, he was at the house working and his son worked part-time at Marks and Spencer's over where they live, and he brought them apple turnovers. And I think at the end of the video, I think I do actually do a little video on them for 10 seconds. So maybe he'll bring some apple turnovers tomorrow, but that's not going to ruin the one I've got in my pocket. I've got half an apple turnover in my pocket at the moment. I'll come to it all, Give me time, give me time. So that'll do for that bag. That's heavy. Wow, amazing when you just walk. You never see this from the road. You think, oh, this part looks clean. Look at it. I've done 2 bags just walking a short distance here. Now I'm already on for a 3rd bag. Look, I do have a few on me, and the car ain't that far away if I need a few more. I've got about 8 more bags on me, I'd say. So I will change this, put on a fresh one. This part of it's tidy. Oh, okay. Someone's had a stray shot. Need to square up their shoulders a bit more maybe. Anyway, let's change my bag, let's get that, and let's move on. It was only Thursday that I released that video I made up in Pinkwell Park, which ain't that far away from here, believe it or not. I did message Anita yesterday. I said, oh, I'm going to go and clean the bunny park. She's like, it's grubby, but it's not terrible. So I'm breaking my duck cleaning this one today. Never done a litter picking here, as I was saying. I know years ago I used to come in here, they had some football pitches. Oh, I do see a few football pitches now. They probably have a little bit of shall we say, youth might be the best term, football. Those pitches are too big for under 9s, under 7s. So they're probably like 14 to 17 years old that play on these pitches. They're not quite full size until a certain age. I remember my George was playing football and all of a sudden they jumped up and I was like, whoa, the pitch looks big for them, but they quickly adapt, shall we say. But I'd be surprised if someone doesn't turn up before I finish. Or maybe starts putting the nets on it. There's a bit in there I can't get. Put my hand in there. Oh, that's better. Right, this bit don't look too bad, but looks can be deceptive. Talking about looks, let's do the film review, because we were chatting about it last night. So let's do the film review and let's head over there. So, Mrs. O came home last night. She says, I've got an apple turnover. And I was like, oh, save me some. I've had a rotten week, by the way, guys. I've been laid up. Look, I've got half an apple turnover in there. Result. Maybe more to come tomorrow with Dole. Maybe. So anyway, where was we? Oh, film review. So we put the film on at about 7:45 last night. So let's do the icon. We watched a film called Wolf. W-O-L-F-S. Wolf. It's with George Clooney and Brad Pitt. So I feel like I've been a little bit lapped with my film reviews lately. I've just been a bit too... It is difficult to do a film review and not give away too much of the plot for people who haven't seen it. So I just feel like I've not been giving my film review enough attention in my videos. So, as it's really fresh in my mind, as I only watched it about 11 hours ago, this film Wolves is about, they're basically cleaners, is the word to use them. Let's say there's been an incident and they're both hired to clean up the mess. That's the best way of saying it. They're hired to clean up the mess. And obviously, you know, they're rivals. A bit like Ernie the Milkman, he had a rival. He was an evil looking man, you know. You didn't know? Oh, his name was Two-Ton Ted from Teddington and he drove the baker's van. Sorry, I couldn't resist that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go on and see Benny Hill, the fastest milkman in the West. It's a classic. Anyway, so yeah, so oh, let's get in here. Wow. Finding a bit of rubbish. So I'm being distracted, film review. So anyway, yeah, so they have to work together. In a nutshell, they have to work together. And at first, I was like, this is going to be quite a good film, this. And it was entertaining. Don't get me wrong. When it finished last night, oh dear, the stretcher. When it finished last night, I messaged little baby George. So I said I'd message him after the film was over. And he said, how was it? I said, yeah, it was all right. It was entertaining. But I thought it could have been so much better. The plot and the actual movie had the potential to just be so much better. So it became more of a comedy in the end, rather than, let's say, if it had been, I think if they'd taken it more serious, it would have been really good. But I was still entertained, and ultimately that's the job of a movie, isn't it, to entertain you? So if you want to watch it, I'd say it's worth a watch. For the ladies, it's got the very handsome George Clooney and Brad Pitt in it. And there was a part of the film I said, how old is Brad Pitt? Is he older than us? And the wife said, yeah, I think he's a bit older than us. So we just quickly had a butcher's on what's it called? Google. I'm just going to dump this bag, guys. We had a butcher's on Google. He's 60 years old. Honestly, Brad Pitt's 60 years old. That's 4 bags in this morning. Oh, it stinks of fish along here. Let me put a bag on and we'll cut back in. Just change that bag real quick. So many little bits here. Let's get that out. I don't really know the intricacies of this park. As I said, I think I went in it, I ran through it years ago, not very often, but I just remember running through it once at least. And then my George played football here once, maybe twice, but it wasn't much. I've not been in here a lot. I think I might just focus my attention here quickly and have 2 bags here. There's quite a bit here already. So anyway, let's finish off this film review. So it's called Wolf. Brad Pitt and George Clooney, who I believe when he lives in the UK just lives up the road from here at Sonning. So wow, come on Gerard, come on. Wow, look at all these cans, unbelievable. I bet this park's pleased I've come here today. But it was like, where's that litter picking bloke? I know Anita and Peter do it from time to time. But I said I'm not on that Hillingdon litter pickers board anymore, so I'm not on any of the litter picking boards. I'm just taking myself off them now. Concentrate on this, I suppose, is the main reason. Right, well done Gerard. This is heavy. Oh, that had to be here. Bloody hell, I've got... Ow, sorry guys, not a great picture, but I'm at full stretch for that. In the thorns. Got stung again. When don't I get stung? Some of that's difficult to get to. There's a little bit more in there, but I think it might need what's called a winter litter pick. And it just grows back a bit, and then you can get into these little nooks and crannies. But this is heavy enough to dump, so I'll just dump this. It's certainly going to be heavy enough to dump. Look at the size of that vape. Look at it, it's like the Empire State of vapes. Look at that. Put that on the Manhattan skyline. Right, let's dump this bag. Oh, I didn't even see this bit, look. I was so focused in there that I didn't see this bit. Let's dump this bag and... let's bag up again. Bags 4 and 5. 5 bags already, wow. I don't even feel like I've done much. 5 bags. So, my week's been a disaster. You are going to see this on other videos because I did mention it, but you're just going to have to put up with that because the idea to do this only popped in my head on Friday night. So I was like, yeah, come on Gerard, let's do a video, come on. So I was just geeing myself up to get some stuff there, not geeing myself up to do an almost live video. It just popped in my head. The thing about, let's be honest, the thing about, it's only so much litter picking you can watch. And there's only so much of my waffle and my life story you can listen to. Although I'm probably good. You know the saying, you can't bullshit a bullshitter, as they say. So I could waffle on, I suppose, for 400 or 500 videos. But anyway, so it just popped in my head. I thought, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm doing a little bit of editing on my own now. Lauren's taught me how to edit. Let's go in here, this could be carnage. So my last 2 videos that I've actually done, which won't be released for a bit, I've edited. My hand's in 1 or 2, not quite as good as Lauren. I said, Lauren, do you think you can get my hand out of that picture? She says, like, nope, you ain't left enough room on the tape. I'm like, oh, right, okay. So we'll make a joke of it, that's handy. Get these down a bit. Oh, you're joking me, look at this. Sorry guys, I'm standing in a patch of stinging nettle. And I've got to get this out. Look at it. This bag's already full, look. I'm not going to be able to carry this far. I think what I'll do is I'll leave it here and walk it back a bit later, pending what I get. So much stuff in here. Might have to go back to the car and get some more bags. I've got about 5 more on me. Let's just get this and that and I'll be happy. Get that one. Come on, Gerard, you can do it. Right, well, ow, bloody hell. Bloody twigs in the face, and let's get out of here. Get out of here before I get upset, which isn't difficult to do. I'm going to put this over here, come back to it. I just decided to come back and drop that bag there. It was the easiest thing to do. So I feel like a bit of deja vu here. I've just walked this bit. I'm just going to cut through again. I've seen a few cans in there. I'm going to get out of this bit. Going to the park, the main bit. So, right, let's try not to get whacked round the face by a branch. We're kind of stung by some nettles. Six bags, wow. So I was going, all right, there's no way but to ram my way through it. Ow. Ramming speed. I'm going to try and get in here and punch my way out to where I was just a second ago. Wow, so much crap in here. Unbelievable. Wouldn't have seen this without walking in here. These bushes would totally obscure this. Right, luckily I've got some clothing on to protect me rather than the shorts. So, without any further ado, let's just charge my way through these nettles. Right, there's one more here somewhere. That's it. I found you. There's another one. Wow. Wow, this is never ending. I'm gobsmacked. I've shut up for a minute. I'm so gobsmacked. Make the most of me shutting up. It ain't gonna last. That'll do. Right, let's get on the beaten track. Whew. So, Sunday, October the 6th, 2024. It's really strange. I'm going to make a video today and it's going to get put out long before lots of other videos that I've made. And oh, blowing. These bags are heavy. So, when I finish this, I've got a bit of an editing mission. I do have some sausages in the fridge. I'm going to have a nice sausage roll. That's if Lauren don't beat me to it. I'll leave that number 5 there. It's there for a reason. Probably something to do with these pitches. Look, there's another one, number 6. They've obviously had a tournament in here to raise some funds for the football team, probably. So they've probably segregated it up into little bits and bobs. Right, that's been a lot better for the last few 100 yards. So yeah, after I've edited the videos, sorry, I'm getting distracted. I've got to take Lauren up to drama club. I'll just be pleased to get out of the house. I've been unwell all week. And by unwell, I mean I made a video on Monday. And I didn't feel great, but I just potted around doing what I had to do. And I went to work Tuesday and said to the girls at work, I said, I feel like crap. And I was going to the theatre that night at Wimbledon. You will see in the future other videos where I mention that. It was a disaster. I went down there Took about an hour and 40 to get down to Wimbledon from where I live, which should take about 55 minutes because there was a signal failure on the district line. I just felt worse and worse. I was going to watch some Sherlock Holmes thing that started at 7:45 and I managed half an hour, and I just said to him, I said to the missus, I've got to go home. She knew I wasn't well. I said, sorry dear, I just can't. It was quite a long show as well, considering it started at 7:45. Unfortunately, I'd been looking forward to it, but yeah, I just felt absolutely dreadful. Just came in, got in about 10 past 10, made myself half a cup of tea and went to bed. So since then I've just really done nothing, just been stuck in the house, just watching TV and YouTube and whatnot, sitting on the sofa at home. So I've been pleased to get out, do a little bit of litter picking. I'm breathing hard today because it was on my chest and everything. I was coughing up a load of stuff, and yeah, you can imagine. So my breathing's really hard today anyway. There's a bottle over there, I want to get it. So whilst I was doing that, I've spent about 50 hours watching TV. Been watching all sorts of series. And I don't really want to say too much about the series because I'm going to put them on my 7 from 7 videos in December, which you've asked me to do. An overwhelming vote there. There was no 48% on that one. So you're going to get 7 videos in 7 days, guys, in December. All right, thank you for replying to that. So yeah, so the week for me was just sitting around, basically watching. Oh, I saw Back to the Future 2. Oh, this is going to get me started. This is really going to get me started. Right, where's the bank? Let's see if I'll get that one out. Well done, Gerard. Get that out of that little stream. There's one more in there. I'm just going to drop that bag, see if I can get it. Yeah, I got it. Oh no, I ain't got it. I got it. I got it. Yeah, I got it. Well done. Whew. Just tip that out a bit, get some weight out of it. So I've been parked up in front of the telly and I watched Back to the Future 2 came on. I was flicking through the channels and Back to the Future 2 was on it. I love the Back to the Future movies. I remember going seeing it at the cinema, and but Back to the Future 2 really does rally me. Oh, it really does annoy me. I tell you what, I'll empty this bag. That's not mine, by the way. This is my 7th bag, but that one's not mine. Maybe Anita's been in here. I don't know. Unlikely, because Anita wouldn't miss that. Let me just do this real quick. Might as well fill up what I can. There's probably a bag from maybe there were some football matches yesterday and one of the team managers has just tidied up. Maybe not, who knows. Right, so that's bag 7 for me, and whoever done that one. Come to this entrance over by the 5-a-side pitches. Look at this, this is really thick and crap. I just want to have a look at this alley. If you walk up this alley, you do come up to near Pinkwell Park. Let's just do a bit of it. I'm not going to go far. Let's just get this initial bit, because the entrance behind me is filthy as well. I've got more bags, as I said, in the car, but if I can avoid going back there, it's a bit of a journey. It's not too bad. Right, so where were we? Oh yeah, so Back to the Future. So I watched Back to the Future 2 was on. It was a little bit into it, but that film really winds me up because I'll tell you why. You've probably never thought about it, but I have. I worked this out a long time ago. In the film Back to the Future 2, now that's the one where they go to the year 2015. Let's just dig a couple of these out while I'm here. Ow. One more. Right, so Back to the Future 2. So in the film, they go to 2015 at the start of the film, and their adventure begins. Let's call it that. But I'm certainly not going to be able to get all of this out of here. Not with all these thorns. Something, look, the thorns have just grabbed it. I can't even get to it. Do I want to put my hand in there? Not really, but I will do. Definitely got to wait for a lot of this to grow back over the next 3 months. Come back here in January, you got half a chance of getting to it. That'll do. So, I'm going to get there eventually. Back to the Future 2. So basically they go to the future at the end of the first film, don't they? So those who've seen it. Now just think about this a minute. I'm going to give you a few things to think about now. Old Biff, Grandad Biff we will call him, steals the DeLorean, takes it back to 1955, and he gives his younger self the almanac with all the sports results in it. Then we assume he just returns to the future, 2015. He leaves the car. Then after a little bit of Hollywood, Marty and the Professor, Doc, go back to 1985. But when they get there, it's a different 1985. Now that's correct. It would be a different 1985 because obviously Grandad Biff has gone further back in time to 1955. Are you with me? Keep up, come on, keep up. So what they have to do then is then go back from that that alternative 1985 to 1955 to stop Grandad Biff from giving the almanac to young Biff, his younger self, without getting involved with themselves from the first film. That's all. Okay, I accept that. I accept that. But here's the catch. I've been leading up to it. If they went back to 1985 and it was an alternate 1985 because Grandad Biff had changed the past, then Grandad Biff would have never been able to return the DeLorean to that 2015, would he? It wouldn't have existed. Have you got me? I'll try and, without getting stung to death first, I'll try and, so I'll explain it again. So, old Biff, Grandad Biff, takes the DeLorean from 2015, goes back to 1955, gives the sports results to his younger self. Then he returns the car to 1955. But that 1955 would never have existed because he's now changed the past. And you know he's changed the past because when Marty and the Professor leave at 2015, they go back to an alternate 1985. If you want me to write it down and explain it to you, just say in the comments, say Gerard, write it down and I'll do it. if you're not getting it, I'll be happy to explain it. It's quite easy on paper. Actually, let's do it now using these cans. I'll make a crude demonstration. So that was the original timeline. This is 2015 and that is 1955. So that was the original timeline. They go to 2015. This is where they have their events in 2015. Then Grandad Biff goes back to 1955. I need another can. From that point onwards, he changes the timeline to an alternate 1985, not the one that existed, because he's changed events there, so it's skewed the timeline. But when he then returns the car to this timeline, but ultimately this timeline would now not have existed because he's changed events in the past. He would have created a new timeline there. You see? Am I making myself clear? So come on, pay attention. So Biff could never have come back to this 1985 to return the car, so they could go back to this alternate 1985 to begin with. 2015 I meant there. Yeah, it wouldn't have existed because you know they've changed it in the past. So therefore Biff could have never have gone back to that timeline. This one would have existed, that one would have been out of phase. So it could never have happened. Tut tut tut, the writers of the film. So that winds me up, as you can tell. You've got a full volley of that, but I am right. Then the second part of that film, God, what a waste of a morning talking about Back to the Future and its faults. The second part of that film is this, which you might not have thought about as well. At the very end of the film, after all the shenanigans, that's my word of the week, by the way, shenanigans. Come on, get some shenanigans going on in here. I'm really stung. I really got stuck there. God, I'm filling up bags hand over fist in this park. I didn't expect this to be in the slightest. I'm gonna have a lot to edit. Still aiming for 2 o'clock though. Come on, Gerard, you can do it. Let's get that as well. I'm gonna dump this. There's a can further in, but I'm not going through those nettles for it. Right, second part of the film. Let's just quickly, so at the very end of the film, after all the shenanigans, Doc's floating, isn't he, in the car. He's above Marty and the storm's coming in. He gets hit by lightning, goes back to 1885. Then the car comes up the road, and it's basically from the firm of lawyers who say, we've had this letter with us for, I don't know, 85 years, and he says, it's Doc, he's written to me from the past. That's all feasible. But the one thing wrong with that as well, when Doc gets hit by the lightning to go back into the past, he's not going 88 miles an hour. Now, if you remember the film, the very first film, the lightning bolt hits the clock tower, goes across the road, and Marty goes through it at 88 miles an hour to get back to his 1985. So the car wasn't travelling 88 miles an hour. It was just hovering in the air like this, and it gets hit by lightning. So again, it shouldn't have been able to go back to the Wild West. Does that make sense? I hope so. Ask me in the comments, I'll try and explain it if you've not got it. Bag 8 for me, and the mystery benefactor. Right, so that white building in the distance is where I came in from, and I've sort of gone over here, a bit over there, a couple of bags right at the front, a couple, 3, weren't there? 3 over there, 2 here, so that's not bad. I didn't dream of ever getting this much. I thought maybe 6. It's funny when you look for it what you can find, isn't it? Right, I've calmed down since my Back to the Future analysis. It just winds me up though. I don't even know why I watched it. I just had nothing else to do. I spent about, as I said, about 50 hours parked up in front of the TV. Let's see if I can get that one out without going in the drink. Unlikely. There's one in the drink, but I'm not going to be able to get that out. These are people who've just come out of football matches, I would have thought. Just chucked it here, chuck it in the drink. So my plan now is just to walk around this back path, back to those bags I got. Just see where this path goes as well, ultimately. It's all a new experience to me. I also watched a very good program in the week about space. I'm quite into space. You'll find out on other videos. I've already mentioned it, but all right, where am I going? Let's go this way. Just see where it goes. It was like the yellow brick road that was. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Oh, just got some spider's web in the face. Right, there you go. See if I can tread this down a bit and get in here. This is the problem though, all these thorns and brambles just make it really hard going. If it was just open, it would be a lot easier. I mean, who does this though? Let's chuck it out. I don't want my bag to rip because I've only got 2 more on me. As I said, if I have to get more bags, I've got to go all the way back to the car, which I'm now trying to avoid. But I'll do it if I have to. Right, this is running parallel to the road. Okay, I don't think I really want to be here. The road is for another litter pick. I'll just show you. I took the wrong choice there when I followed the yellow brick road. So, just do a little... You can see the motorway there, the M4, that way into London. That way towards Slough and the west of England. In a couple of weeks' time, I'm going to go right up to the end. There's a spot I do about every 3 months. I've not done it for about 4 months at the moment. Oh, bloody hell, that's heavy. Not done it for about 4 months. But I saw it years ago. And I gave Anita a call and Peter. So we teamed up there and we dug out what we could. I think we got about 35 bags out. We called it a day, and then I went back a few weeks later with Dave and we got about another 20 bags out. The further in you got, the harder it became though. But I don't want to be doing this bit. This is for another video in a couple of weeks' time, so forget it, walk away. Then I went back with Dave again. This is now probably about 5 months after the initial skirmish, and we cleaned it out basically to nothing. I think in total we got about 80 bags out of it, and ever since then, that was 3 and a bit years ago, I've just been maintaining it. But I haven't done it for a little while. When I last went there wasn't that much in it, so I was like, all right, I'll give it a longer gap. I'd given it about 11 weeks. So I decided I'd give it a longer gap. So by the time I go there, it will be about 18 weeks. This bag's heavy. Oh, I know what I've got. Totally forgot all about it. I've got my apple turnover, look at this. I've got half an apple turnover. Mrs. O saved me half. Oh, she saved me more than half, good girl. I'll keep her for another week. Marks and Spencer's Bakery. Let me have a brief interlude. There might be more. There might be more tomorrow if Dole manages to bring some over via his son, Tommy. Oh, that's instantly perked me up, that. It's calming me down from that Back to the Future fiasco. What do you reckon? What do you reckon, Astra? I'll polish it off for you, okay? Down the hatch. Oh, that was a good thing to remember. That's just come at the right time for me. I said on one of the recent videos I made, I was talking about my trip to France in the summer fishing, and I was explaining something to Bobby about space, and I won't say too much, I'll leave it for that video. But I was also telling him, well, this video is going to be all about time today, isn't it? Back to the Future, and now this. I was also telling him that, I said, when you look, it was night time in France. It was a lovely night, it was clear, and obviously there's no real light pollution because you're just sort of in the middle of nowhere. And I was like, look at that stars, Bobby. I said, if you look up enough, you'll see a few shooting stars, which we did. I've also seen them when I've been out sort of Las Vegas way. When you're in the middle of the desert at Baker. I think Baker has the world's largest thermometer. Morning, mate. Oh, there's a bit over here as well. Let's get this. All right, okay. I didn't even know there was a stream here. Yeah, I live and learn. So we were sort of, I was saying to him, if you look up enough, Bob, you will see a few shooting stars. And I showed him a few satellites going across the sky as well. Right, I'm going to be limited to this because if it's got amongst this tree, there's only so much I can get. Yeah. That's all sprayed up and got me in the face. Ugh, horrible, not as tasty as the apple turnover. So I was saying to Bob, yeah, so I said, look, there's a satellite, you can see it moving across the sky, and he's like, oh yeah, I never would have known. So, and then Bobby being Bobby's like, how do you know so much about all this crap? How do you know so much about all this crap? And I was like, well, I always found it interesting, Bob, that's all. You know, just the vastness of it, and you know, the vastness of space is just incomprehensible with numbers, you know. So, and I said to him, see that star over there? It was one of the stars you see in the summer. I can't even remember which one it is, but I remember saying to him, blah blah blah, it's this star and it's so many light years away. And he's like, what do you mean light years? I said, well, it's so far away, they measure it, how long it'd take light to get there. So then I started making the mistake of telling him how fast light goes. I said, if you was on a little spaceship travelling at the speed of light, you'd go around the Earth about 9 times a second. You'd start in Australia, go all the way round, back to Australia, back to Australia, back to Australia, back to Australia, going lapping the Earth. You'd do it 9 times every second. That's the speed of light, I goes. It's quick. But I said, space is so vast, that star is like, whatever it was, I can't remember which one I was talking about now, but let's, for argument's sake, call it 20 light years away. I said, so, travelling at the speed of light, that light takes 20 years to get here. So I said, if that star blew up today, we wouldn't know about it for 20 years. It'd take 20 years for the explosion to reach us. I said, it might have blown up already. He's like, what you on about? What you on? How can it have blown up already? I can bloody well see it. Honestly, I said, because if it blew up 10 years ago, I said, the light travelling takes 20 years to reach us. So we won't know for another 10 years, I goes. You daft brush. Ultimately, I don't think he got it. But he did help me with me fishing, so we won't hold it against him. Bobby boy. Don't be like that, don't be like that. So, ultimately I think my tutorial with Bob was wasted, but it does sometimes just make you wonder, doesn't it? The vastness of it. Right, don't rip the bag to pieces. I think this path will take me to those other set of bags I got. Oh, that apple turnover is absolutely lush. Right, I've got one in there I can get quite easily. And all being well, my battery might probably run out soon. I think I'm going to come out somewhere near that path that I was on earlier when I've done a bit of deja vu. It's got to be around here somewhere. I think it's this side of these trees. I think what I'll do is I'll just walk up there to finish with. I've got a bag on me still. Yeah, I am. I can see it. Right, I'll meet you up there, guys. That's bag 9 to go with bags 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9. Yeah, I'm just going to walk back. I could have actually come that side, it wouldn't have mattered, but it gave me a look at a few bits that are in here, and then I'm just going to loop around this little bit of a gathering of trees, should we call it. And then I'll just go back to the beginning, not back to the future. Let's forget Back to the Future for today before it winds me up anymore. Just ban yourself from watching Back to the Future 2, Gerard, in future. Whew. I don't know what these are in here. I'll have to ask Anita, see if she knows what they are. There's a few of them. They're like stone, whatever. I don't know. I really don't know. What I do know is there are a few of them. Unfortunately, there's more litter though. My battery's getting a good test of how long it'll last. Obviously people are starting to wake up now. I'm seeing a bit more activity. Ah, you bugger. Right. Pull out. Oh, yeah. Right, I want to get that, but I'm right in amongst this here. Can't exactly say I'm enjoying that in there. Well, it looks like I'm going to get 10 bags in the end, guys. Which is an okay litter pick. 10 bags, not bad. I think, considering the week I've had, it's probably about where I want to be. I don't want to come out and just do a couple of bags, it's just not... My local area looks a bit grubby, and I drove past it. It's the first time I've been out of the house at all. So, I'll go and do that tomorrow. That'll be a month, although the council are back tomorrow as well. With it being a Monday. We'll go and do that. Right. God, this bag's heavy now. That apple turnover is really kicking in now. Lovely, I needed that. Right, okay. I can see those bags again that I've dropped. That's like 1955 really, isn't it? Using Back to the Future as a reference and keep going back to the same point, like a fixed point in time. Those bags that I've done earlier are like my fixed point in time for today. Ah, look at this. Bastards. Right, I do have another bag on me. I've got one more on me. Look at this. That is a bin. You've just seen me walk away from that bin. You just saw me kick it closed. This is going to be really heavy, this bag. I'll tell you what, I have to change it. Oh, that's really heavy. So I've got one bag, so that's 10 we've done. This is bag 11. This will be my last one, which is handy. Oh look, there's another one of those stone things, look. Over there as well. That's about the 4th or 5th one I've seen now. Oh shit, nearly went over there. That's not what I need to do, fall over, injure myself after the week I've had. Oh, got some other news. Stop the press. Where's them other cans gone I saw? Stop the press. Chili's computer's coming to my house tomorrow. I messaged him the other day. I said, Chili, they said it was sort of 10 to 12 working days. I said, they're not taking their time. I said, I'd send them an email. So I sent them an email on Chili's behalf and I just sort of said, when can we expect the computer? They said it was going to go out to one of these delivery companies on Friday, so to expect it on Monday. So I've now had a little email from whoever's delivering it. I think it's DHL. And I sent that, I screenshot it and then sent that to Chili. His reply was, they take their sweet ass time. And I said, yeah, I know, mate. So I told him we should have just gone down to Costco's. I had my credit card on me. Oh, that's what I saw. I knew I'd seen something. I said to him, Chili, just don't worry about it. But that's what credit cards are for. They're for emergencies. They're not for holidays. They're for emergencies, I go. So I said, that's when you use them. But ultimately, he linked that to me. Look, all them cans there. There's a bin just here, look, by that seat. And there's another bin here with a pile that I'm going to call my Back to the Future pile, because I keep coming back to it. Right, so this is bag 10. Let's just drop it with this pile and then finish off this video. Go and have a cup of tea, or 3 or 4 or 5. There'll be more than one, I guarantee you. Right, here, back to this pile again. Give that a twirl. Take a quick picture as well while I'm at it. Send it to Andrew. He likes to be updated on what I do. Can't find my camera. There you go. There you go. That'll keep Andrew happy. Because I'm not posting on Hillings and Litter Pickers anymore, he's like, tell me what you're doing, tell me what you're doing. But he doesn't sound like Bobby. That's Bobby really. Bobby's more like, tell me what you're doing, tell me what you're doing. Bloody hell, I missed this earlier. So that's 10 bags completed. We're on the 11th and final bag. I just follow the path now. This will take me back to the very, very, very beginning, where I was telling you about my finishing point in one of my runs in my running day. Oh, come on. if I look, I start finding stuff. Look, I went in there to get that plastic bottle out, and now I've seen 3 cans. Look, there's something in here as well because I trod on it. There it is. Wouldn't have seen it unless I trod on it. Look, so I went in to get a plastic bottle and got 4 cans. Unbelievable. Well, I'm really going to have to fill this bag. I can see another one of those stone things up there. I knew I'd seen a few. Right guys, what do you reckon then? Might try another. I'm not going to call it, it's not a live video, but it's as live as you're ever going to get. So, as I said, it's Sunday morning by about 2 o'clock British time. We're still on British summer time, so we're 8 hours ahead of the west coast of America. We're an hour behind the continent, France and whatnot. 5 hours ahead of the east coast of America, and about 3 hours ahead of Brazil and places like that. I think we're about 8 hours behind Hong Kong. Anyone in Hong Kong who wants to watch this video, you'll be seeing it tonight, your time. So I've got a real challenge now. The litter pick is the easy part of the challenge. Got another spider's web in the face. Right guys, that's it. Hurrah! Absolutely top hole. That's the easy part of the day. Now I've got to go and edit it. So, thank you for joining me today. I hope my Back to the Future conundrum hasn't confused you too much, or my light year conundrum. There's another one of these stone things, and there's the bags I got at the very, very beginning. I've sort of walked up there and zigzagged around a bit, but 11 bags, not to be sniffed at. And someone's dropped this in the meantime, look. Just put it here. That wasn't there earlier. I'll check it on the video, but I'm never going to miss that, am I? Come on. Right guys, thank you very, very much for watching, joining me, putting up with me. 11 bags today. Take another picture in a sec for Andrew. Bunny Park, well, it's certainly a lot better. 11 bags off it is going to do some damage. I'll catch you on the next one, but the next one's already been made weeks ago, if that makes sense. So the next one's in the future, but it's made in the past. You know what I mean. We're all confusing ourselves today with time conundrums. Anyway, thank you all. I'll see you soon. Bye.